Hello and welcome to my new site. I want to talk for a minute about ledges. You see, many years ago I was rock climbing in Utah and I found myself 300 feet up on a ledge in a very precarious and dangerous situation. And I go through these events and everything leading up to this event on the cliff. In my book, it's all about execution. But I was up on this cliff and I had the end of a piece of rope in my hand that was 165 feet long, and it was my only lifeline to get down. I was completely unprotected, it was dark, and I remember for a moment holding this rope as tight as I could, looking up at the stars and saying, how on earth did this happen? And fast forward about 6 or 8 years, I was working at a company and we had a little bit of a disaster in the company. And I remember walking out of my office about 2 in the morning and looking up at the stars and saying, how the heck did this happen? And like that moment on the cliff, we have moments in our life, in business and personally, where we are stuck on a ledge. In business, these ledges could be poor sales or weak profits. It could be poor morale. It could be bad sales. It could be 100 different things. But the point is that there's these ledges that we get stuck on. And after that moment in that company, I started just consuming information. I started reading everything I could get my hands on, interviewing other CEOs and companies, colleagues, and trying to figure out if there was a commonality between all these problems. And it was about 3 or 4 years later that I realized that there was a commonality between all these problems, and that commonality is execution. Execution is the foundational problem to so many other problems in business and in life. If we don't do something, or someone doesn't do something, or they don't do it right, things fall apart. And that is what this new site is about. I've made a lot of changes, moving from a slice of leadership to toddnielsen.com, and the reason for these changes is primarily about execution. My new mission statement is to create miracles of profitability and success through the power of execution. And I really believe that, and I've seen miracles actually happen through the proper implementation of an execution structure in a company. And so this site, I will continue to talk about leadership. There'll be a lot more talk about execution. We'll talk about success and the things that bring about greater success in a company. And so I hope you'll take advantage and look around, subscribe to the blog to get updates. In January, more or less in January, I have 3 books that are going to be published on execution. I've been working on these for the last couple years, and it's going to be a mega launch of 3 books, and I'm really excited about it. All of my speeches, all of my workshops are now listed on the site, and they are all 50% off until the launch day. So if you are interested in a speech or a workshop, I'm giving those. You can, if you book it before the launch date, you can book it up to a year in advance and still get the 50% off. So thank you so much for coming by. I really hope you gain a lot of value from my new website. And please contact me if there's anything that I can do for you or any questions that I can answer. Thank you.